Thank you all for staying home and helping flatten the curve. Bob and I are going to be practicing yoga at home for the next few weeks at least. We wanted to do little videos so you can practice along with us. Go ahead and find your comfortable seat. Close your eyes and begin to notice your breath. Inhaling and exhaling through your nose. Feel yourself ground down through your sits bones as you lift up through the crown of your head. Your shoulders are relaxing towards your waist. Spend this time setting an intention for today's practice. Feel free to do that now. When you're ready, bring your palms together, resting your hands here in front of your heart. We're going to start off with some robin's breath. So take a deep inhale here in the center. On your exhale, round your back, dive your hands forward. You can take a look at your belly, stretch those arms out long. And as you inhale, lift your chin and chest, spread your wings. Feel your heart open. Exhale, dive and round. Inhale, spread those wings. Now follow the pace of your own breath, alternating on your exhale from diving, rounding, looking inward, to your inhale, spreading your wings. One more exhale, one more inhale. Now come back to center. You can rest your hands on your lap. We're going to do some shoulder rolls, rolling those shoulders forward. Continuing to breathe. And then reverse that roll. Roll those shoulders back. Take your shoulders up towards your ears. Press them down towards your waist, sitting up tall. Take a deep inhale here. As you exhale, drop your right ear to your right shoulder. shoulder, upper back. On your next inhale, come on up. And as you exhale, drop that left ear to the left shoulder. Allow your shoulders to relax down towards your waist. On an inhale, come on up. We're going to do a simple twist now. So bring your palms together, resting your hands here in front of your heart. Take a deep inhale and sit up tall. On your exhale, twist to the right. Take a look over that right shoulder. As you inhale, come back to center. Exhale, twist to the left. Now follow the pace of your own breath, letting your inhales bring you to the center, sitting up tall, and your exhales alternating, twisting. Let's do one more twist on each side, ending on the left since we started on the right. Drop your left fingertips to the ground. We're going to do some lateral stretches now, alternating right and left side. So inhale, lift that right arm. Exhale, reach, stretch, lengthen. Inhale, come on up. Exhale, stretch out that left side body. Go ahead and follow the pace of your own breath. Reaching, stretching on your exhale, lifting, rising on your inhale. One more stretch on each side. To table pose or dog pose on your hands and knees. Hands under your shoulder joint, knees directly under your hips. Spread your fingers wide. Think about creating a flat surface with your back. Keep your neck long, don't let your head drop or tilt your chin back, but just keep your spine in a straight line. Think about lifting your navel up to your spine. We're going to do some cat-cow. So on an exhale, round your back, take a look at your belly button. Fully expel that stale air. Inhale through your nose, drop your belly, lift your chin and chest and tailbone. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift. You can wag your tail here if that feels good. But go ahead and alternate rounding on your exhale. Dropping your belly, lifting your chin, your chest, your tailbone on your inhale. One more cat, one more cow. Then we're going to come into our neutral table. Create that flat surface with your back. Lift your navel to your spine. We're going to do some sunbird crunches next. So on an inhale, extend your right arm out in front of you. As you exhale, kick back that left leg. And think about making a straight line from fingertip to heel. Try to get your hips, your entire body parallel with the mat. And on our next exhale, we're going to crunch in that right elbow to your left knee. When you inhale, lengthen, extend, stretch out long, reach out to your heel through your fingertips. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, lengthen. We're going to do 5 on each side, so follow the pace of your own breath. Reaching on that inhale, crunching on your exhale. When you finish those 5 crunches, go ahead and release that right hand, left knee. We're going to do the same thing on the left side. So inhale, lift that left arm in front of you. Exhale, kick back the right leg. Reach out through those fingertips and heel. Find your body parallel with the mat. And on your next exhale, crunch in that left elbow to right knee. Inhale, lengthen and extend. 4 more, follow the pace of your own breath. Now when you finish those 5 crunches, release that left hand, right knee, and separate your knees so they're as wide as the mat. Begin to press your hips back towards your heels, coming into Bhaktasana, devotional pose. You can rest your forehead on the mat here. And notice your breath. Notice how your breath may have changed during our practice so far this morning. Inhale, come on up. Bring those knees together, curl your toes under, and step your hands out in front of that shoulder joint. We're going to come into our first down dog of the day. So on the inhale, lift your hips up towards the sky. Heels are reaching for the mat beneath you. Arms are stretched out long. You're making this upside down V with your body. Now go ahead and alternate bending your knees, walking the dog, stretching out those hamstrings, continuing to inhale and exhale. Now shift your weight forward, coming into plank pose. Got a long line going from the back of your head to your heels. Your navel is lifted to your spine. You're continuing to breathe. You can also do a half plank here by lowering your knees, keeping your core engaged. Whenever you're ready, we're going to come into another down dog. So on an inhale, press those hips up and back. Arms stretched out long, heels are reaching for the mat behind you. Now begin to walk your feet towards your hands. You're going to find yourself in a deep forward fold. Allow yourself to hang here. Let the weight of your upper body create some space between your vertebrae. Feel the lengthening in your hamstrings. And notice your breath. When you're ready, bring your palms to your shins. We're going to come into jackknife pose, a flat back position. So on an inhale, press into those shins. Reach out through the crown of your head. Reach your shoulders towards your waist. Your navel is lifted. Feel that stretch in the back of your legs. Feels good. On an exhale, put a little bend in your knees. Let yourself fall forward, hanging like a rag doll. You can shake it out here a little. If you want to clasp your elbows, swing those arms in front of you. Feels good. Let's use a reverse swan dive to come up to standing. Inhale those arms overhead. Take a look at the ceiling here. Uttanasana. Mountain pose with a back bend. On your next inhale, bring your palms together. Rest those hands in front of your heart here. Think about grounding down through your feet, lifting up through the crown of your head. Your core is engaged. Mountain pose, Tadasana. Now drop your hands to your side, turn your palms forward till you feel your biceps engaged, feel your heart lifted. Keep your butt tucked in here. Ta-da, Tadasana. Then go ahead and release. If you've got some water, I would suggest taking a drink. We're going to do some standing poses, might get a little bit warm. We're going to start off with one of my favorite warm-ups, a moon salutation. And it's a great way to warm your spine up, moving it in all 6 directions without ever having to get on the floor. So find your feet hips distance apart, parallel. You're grounding down through those feet. Imagine that you've got a golden cord running through your spine, coming out from the crown of your head. Your core is engaged. And we're going to inhale, lift our arms overhead. As you exhale, drop that right arm, stretching out the left side body. Allow that right arm to relax. Inhale, come on up. As you exhale, drop the left arm, stretching out the right side body. Inhale, come on up. As you exhale, twist to the right, putting a little bend in that left knee. Look over your right fingertips. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, twist to the left, arms to a T. Look over those left fingertips. Inhale, back to center in a V, a back bend. Exhale, forward fold. Gonna come into jackknife next, palms to shins. On an inhale, press into those shins, reach out through the crown of your head. Exhale, release, let yourself hang. Put a little bend in that left knee, and on an inhale, lift the right arm. Exhale, release, put a little bend in that right knee. Inhale, lift the left arm. Exhale, release, reverse swan dive. Come on up to standing. Reach your hands overhead and hands to heart. I'd like to do that one again. So when you're ready, inhale, reach up tall. Exhale, drop your right arm. Inhale up. Exhale, drop the left arm. Inhale, exhale, twist to the right. Look over those right fingertips. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, twist to the left. Look over the left fingertips. Inhale, our V, our back bend. Exhale, forward fold. Jackknife is next. Palms to shins. Inhale, press into those shins. Reach out through the crown of your head. Exhale, forward fold, put a bend in the left knee. Inhale, lift that right arm, twisting. Exhale, release that right arm, put a bend in the right knee. Inhale, lift the left arm. Exhale, release. Reverse swan dive. Come on up to standing. And hands to heart. That was great. We're gonna do some warrior one next. So step your right foot forward, left foot back, shoot those hips straight ahead. You can slightly angle out that back leg, and your feet should be about a leg's length apart. You're gonna square your shoulders forward, roll those shoulders back and down, hips are shooting straight ahead. On an inhale, lift your arms overhead, and as you exhale, put a bend in that right knee. Make sure you can see those toes jutting out from under your knee. You don't want to extend your knee beyond your foot. If you need to go a little deeper in this pose, you can always scoot that left leg back. Notice your breath. On an inhale, straighten that leg, bring your arms to a T. We're going to come into a revolved triangle next. So on an exhale, bring your right fingertips to your right ankle or shin. Got a straight line going from fingertips to fingertips here. Press that left shoulder back, keeping your heart open. Now go ahead and drop that left hand to meet the right hand. We're going to come into a lunge here on the right side. So put a bend in that right knee, fingertips to the mat. Feel yourself surrendering. Feel that lower back relax. We're going to do a humble warrior or pyramid pose next. So you can bring your hands to your hips and press your shoulders back in this pose. You can also clasp your hands behind you. On an inhale, we're going to straighten that right leg. Pinch your shoulder blades together. Reach out through the crown of your head. One final inhale and exhale here. Now release. Step that left foot up to meet the right. We're going to do a chair pose next. Feet are hips distance apart, parallel. Inhale, arms overhead, standing up tall. And as you exhale, sit back in an imaginary chair. Try to shift your weight back. Take a breath, go a little deeper. You can come out of this whenever you need to. Continue to breathe. Inhale, come on up. We're going to do that warrior one sequence again, but this time on the left side. So step your left foot forward, right foot back. Shoot those hips straight ahead. Roll those shoulders back and down. Inhale, arms overhead, and as you exhale, put a bend in that left knee, warrior one. On an inhale, bring those arms to a T. We're going to come into our revolved triangle next. As you exhale, windmill down, left fingertips to left ankle or shin. Press that right shoulder back. Enjoy that twist. Go ahead and drop that right hand to meet the left. We're going to come into a lunge on the left side. Take a breath or two here. Find your hand position for pyramid or humble warrior. If you're clasping your hands, make sure that you switch up which thumb's on top this time. So on an inhale, straighten that left leg, pinch those shoulder blades together, reach out through the crown of your head. Pyramid pose or humble warrior. Go ahead and release. Step your feet together. We've got another chair pose to do. Inhale those arms overhead. Lift up tall, grounding down through your feet, lifting up through your crown, through your fingertips. As you exhale, sit back in that chair. Take a breath. Go a little deeper and bring your palms together. We're going to add a little twist to this chair pose. When you're ready, bring your right elbow to your left leg. Press your palms together. Look over that left shoulder. Inhaling and exhaling. On an inhale, come forward, reach those arms overhead. Exhale, sit back in your chair. Take a breath, palms together, come a little lower. This time, left elbow to right leg. Press those palms together, look over that right shoulder. Inhale, come forward. Reach those arms overhead, a little back bend. Uttanasana. Palms together, hands to heart. Think about grounding down, lifting up, engaging your core. Drop those hands to your side, turn your palms forward. Feel your heart lifted. Keep your butt tucked in here. And breathe. Go ahead and release. If you've got some water, take a drink. We're going to go move on to a warrior two sequence. Step your right foot forward. forward and your left foot back. And you're gonna line up that right heel with your left arch. Feet should be about a leg's length apart. On an inhale, sweep your arms out into a T. And as you exhale, bend your right knee, look over your right fingertips. Again, be careful not to jet that right knee over your toes. Think about keeping your butt and gut lifted here. Imagine that your body's between two panes of glass. Reach out through those fingertips as you continue to breathe. We're going to come into lateral angle pose next. You can bend your right arm, rest it on that bent leg, and sweep that left arm up, stretching that left side body. On an inhale, come on up, arms to a T again. As you exhale, bend that right knee, another warrior two. We're going to come into a revolved warrior next. So I want you to drop your right arm, bring it to your lower back. Reach that left arm out in front of you. Now go ahead and release. Turn your toes forward. We're going to be in a straddle here. We're going to do a straddle leg forward fold. So take a deep inhale, ground down through those feet, lift up through the crown of your head, and then on your exhale, begin to hinge at your hips. Folding forward. You can reach for the ground whenever you're ready. If you'd like to raise the earth, you can always use a block to rest your palms on, or come on down to the mat. Allow your head to hang. Allow your body to soften and surrender to this fold. When you're ready, you can use your arms to lift you. Come on out. You're gonna shake your legs out a little bit. We're gonna do that sequence on the other side. Left foot forward, right foot back, heel to arch alignment. On an inhale, sweep those arms out to a T, standing up tall. As you exhale, bend that left knee, warrior two. Gaze is over those left fingertips. You're reaching out, straight line from fingertips to fingertips here. Your butt and gut is lifted. We're going to come into lateral angle pose next, so go ahead and rest that left arm on the left bent leg, sweep the right arm up. Lengthening that right side body. Inhale, come on up, sweep those arms out into a T again. We've got another warrior two. As you exhale, bend that left knee. Our revolved warrior is next. So begin to drop that left arm, bring it to your lower back. Reach the right arm out in front of you. Notice your breath. Notice how your breath might change during today's practice. Go ahead and release. Turn those toes forward. We've got another straddle leg forward fold. This time we're going to add some dynamic movements. So deep inhale, ground down through those feet, lift up through the crown of your head, and as you exhale, begin to hinge at your hips. Maintaining that flat back as long as possible. Go ahead and reach for the earth. Allow your head to hang. We're going to do some what I call seaweed arms next. So you're going to alternate bending your knee, sweeping your arms towards that bent knee, and use your breath to initiate this movement. Exhale, sweep over to the other leg. Inhale back and forth. Imagine that your breath is the current that's moving the seaweed from side to side. When you're ready, come back to center. You can bring yourself up to standing. And you can use your mat here horizontally, but I'm going to face you to teach you a sequence called Brahmadindasana. I'm going to kind of straddle my mat here, but do whatever works for you. Bring your palms together. Take a deep inhale here, and as you exhale, squat. Inhale, explode those hands up and out. Exhale, hinge. Inhale, reach, keep your spine long here. Exhale, slap the ground. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Come on up. And exhale, hands to heart. Let's do that one more time. On an exhale, squat. Inhale, up and out. Exhale, hinge. Inhale, reach. Exhale, slap. Inhale, inflate, come on up. Exhale, reach overhead. And hands to heart. We'll come back to the mat and we're gonna do some forward folding and down dogging before we cool off. So find those feet parallel, hips distance apart. Roll those shoulders back and down. On the inhale, lift your arms overhead. And as you exhale, begin to bow forward. When you need to start to round your back in this bow, make sure you've got a generous bend in your knees. Allow yourself to hang here. Inhaling and exhaling. Feeling the weight of your upper body, creating some space between those vertebrae. Begin to walk those hands forward. Spread your fingers wide, curl your toes under, lift your hips up towards the sky, and a down dog. Notice how much closer your heels are to the mat now than when we first began today. When you're ready, shift your weight forward. Coming into plank pose, long line from the back of your head to your heels, your navel's lifted to your spine. Continue to breathe. When you're ready, on an inhale, lift those hips up to the sky, another down dog. And I'm going to ask you to shift your weight to the left foot. Kick back that right leg. When you're ready, put a bend in that leg. Rotate your knee up to the ceiling. Nice little twist. When you're ready, draw that right knee between your hands, coming into Ekapada Kapatanasana, pigeon pose. It's a back bend. Your heart is lifted. Your pelvis is sinking towards the mat. This stretch is creating some space for your nerves to travel. There's a variation that you can do if this bothers your knee. You can always rest on your back and do a reclined pigeon. But I'll show you that when we get on our backs on the mat in a bit. Now when you're ready, curl that left toe under, press into the mat, extend your right leg, come back into another down dog. Feels great. Reach out with those arms, heels are reaching towards the mat. And when you're ready, shift your weight to that right foot, kick back the left leg. Put a bend in that left leg, kicking yourself in the butt here. Rotate that left knee up to the sky. Enjoy that twist. And when you're ready, draw that left knee between your hands, coming into pigeon pose. Now Bob's going to demonstrate the reclined pigeon. It's also known as a figure 4 stretch. If you ever suffer with sciatic pain, a pinched nerve, this is a great pose to do. That reclined pigeon is something that you can do before you even get out of bed in the morning. Envision your breath traveling through that hip flexor, creating plenty of space for your nerves to travel. When you're ready, press into the mat, curl those right toes under, extend that left leg back, lift your hips up to the sky, another down dog. This may be the last down dog of the day. Feels great. Now go ahead and shift your weight forward, coming into plank, and bring the tops of your feet to the mat. We're going to come into an F dog, so drop your pelvis, lift your chin and chest. Up dog. Now whenever you're ready, separate your knees, press your hips back towards your heels, coming into Bhaktasana, devotional pose. Arms are stretched out in front of you, forehead is resting on the mat. Now if this is hard on your shoulder, you can also do a child's pose. Let those arms drape over your legs. For whichever variation you choose, turn your attention inward. Consider that intention that you set at the beginning of our practice today. When you're ready, come on up. Stretch out long on the mat. Bring your right arm extended, like half of a T. We're going to do an open wing stretch next. So your left hand is just resting here on the mat, next to the widest part of your chest. You're going to take a deep inhale here. And as you exhale, roll to the right side. Bend your legs, bringing your shins so they're parallel with the left side of the mat. Left hand is still resting here. And notice your breath. Your jaw and scalp are relaxed in this pose. When you're ready, take a deep inhale, roll back to your belly. Bring that right arm in and extend the left arm out to the left side. We're going to do that open wing stretch on the other side. Deep inhale here. As you exhale, roll to the left, bend your legs. Your shins are parallel with the right side of your mat. You're resting here on the side of your face. Your right hand is resting on the mat beside you. Open wing stretch. I gotta confess, when we were on the other side, I got distracted by birds on the bird feeder. They were doing an open wing stretch as well. One final inhale and exhale here. Roll back to your belly. And bring your elbows under your shoulders here. Arms arms are extended. We're in Sphinx pose. It's a back bend. Now when you're ready, bring your palms to your mat, press your hips back towards your heels. Stretch out into that Baktasana, feels good. Whenever you're ready, you can come on up. Come to a seated position. Spin those legs out in front of you. This pose is called Dandasana or staff pose. Backs of your legs are connected with the mat here. You're grounding down through your sits bones, lifting up through the crown of your head. Relax your shoulders and breathe. We're going to come into a Lord of the Fishes twist next. So I'm going to have you bend your right leg. Place the sole of your right foot on the mat. You can hop that foot over your left leg. Leave your left leg extended if you'd like Bob is, or you can tuck it underneath you. But let's take a deep inhale here. You can hug your leg, help yourself sit up a little taller. On your exhale, take your left arm, wrap around that right leg. Right hand goes to the mat behind you. Take a look over that right shoulder. Feel that stretch in your hip. Allow this twist to wring out the tension in your spine. On an inhale, come forward. Extend your legs out in front of you. Let's give our legs a little slapping around. That's always fun. Now go ahead and bend the left leg. Hop it over the right. You can leave that right leg extended or tuck it underneath you, whatever feels right to you. Yoga is about connecting your mind and body. So listen to your body, give it what it's asking for. Take a deep inhale here. Hug that left knee in tight as you exhale. Wrap that right arm around your left leg. Left hand goes to the mat behind you. Take a look over that left shoulder. Scoot your butt up a little closer to your heels. But we're going to roll back to the mat, releasing one vertebrae at a time. Using your breath to slow down that movement. Feel your glutes relax. You can hang on to the back of your legs, no shame in that. This is when I want my fat cat to come sit on my feet because they want to pop off the mat. Whenever you reach the mat, roll your shoulder blades underneath you, creating a flat surface for your back. I'm going to show you that figure 4 stretch. We won't hold it for very long, but it's a valuable one. If you want to cross that right leg over the left, reach between your legs, pull that left leg in, flex your right foot. You can even press your right elbow into that right thigh. Feels pretty good. Go ahead and release the left foot to the mat. Bring the right foot alongside it. Cross the left leg over the right. You can reach between your legs. Grab a hold of that right knee. Pull it into your chest. Flex the left foot, press your left elbow into that left thigh, and send your breath to that hip flexor. Go ahead and release the right foot to the mat, bring the left foot alongside it, and on an inhale, hug your knees to your chest. Exhale, lift your chin to your knees. Inhale, release your head back to the mat. As you exhale, take your knees and your hands, begin to draw some circles with your knees, rotating your hips. Your circles can be big or little. Just see how round you can make them, how smooth. Begin to change the direction of your circles, circling the other way. Giving your lower back a nice massage with the weight of your body in the mat here. Feels good. Now place the soles of your feet to the mat, and if you have a block or blanket, get it handy. We're going to do a restorative bridge pose next. So the base of this pose are the soles of your feet, your shoulder blades, your arms are rested at your side. And I'm going to start off by asking you to lift your hips just an inch off the mat, just barely hovering over the mat here. On an inhale, we're going to inflate the bridge, bend your arms, press the backs of your arms into the mat as you lift your pelvis up towards the sky. Continue to breathe. We're going to add some dynamic movements to our bridge pose. On the exhale, tap your hips to the mat, slowly lowering. Inhale. Lift your pelvis, lift your belly to the sky. Exhale, tap, and lower. Inhale, lift. Now with your bridge lifted, find that block or blanket, slide it underneath your lower back and hips. Rest here, let your palms fall open to your sides, and continue to breathe. Feel your belly rise and fall with your breath. Your heart is open and lifted in this pose. Your scalp and jaw are relaxed. When you're ready, you can slide that block out from underneath you. Slowly, gently lower your hips to the mat. On an inhale, hug those knees into your chest. You can roll from side to side here. It feels pretty good. Whenever you're ready, extend your arms out to a T. Keep those knees tightly tucked to your chest. Take a deep inhale here. As you exhale, roll over to the right side and take a look over your left shoulder in this reclined twist. It might feel good to have a block between your knees here, but complete that spiral by looking over those left fingertips, allowing this twist to massage your organs. Feel that lower leg relax and melt into the earth beneath you. On an inhale, come back to center. As you exhale, drop those knees to the left side. Take a look over that right shoulder and continue to breathe. Surrendering to this twist. With your knees bent, Bring the soles of your feet to the ceiling. We're going to come into happy baby. And you can grab the arch of your feet here, the outside edge, or your big toe, whatever works for you. But you're going to roll from side to side here. Again, giving your body a little massage with its own weight and the mat beneath you. If there's any pose or stretch that your body's been asking for before we come into Shavasana, corpse pose, feel free to do that now. Whenever you're ready, stretch out long on your mat. Feel your muscles engage and tighten. And on an exhale, just release and relax. Let those arms drop to your side. Consciously begin to relax every muscle in your body, letting go of the tension in your arms and legs, your feet and your hands. Notice your breath. Feel your scalp and forehead begin to relax. Relax your jaw, your neck, your upper back and shoulders. Feel the back of your body melting into the mat beneath you as the front of your body is light and lifted. Let go of any notion you need to hold your belly in as you breathe. Feel it rise and fall with your breath. And find your heart open here. Find gratitude in your heart for everything your body has done for you so far today. Take your time rolling over to your side. When you're ready, come to your comfortable seat. I want to thank you so much for practicing yoga with me today. Namaste.
Namaste.